Oh, okay. Hi, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter. It seems that I am live, and hopefully this works out okay today. I'm coming along just to say a quick hello, and I'm checking to see if this is working. Hopefully there's not too much of a lag here. I'm going to wait and see if I have any crafty friends that show up, and I think I need to switch things around a little bit here. So if you're rewatching this video, feel free to forward through the intro. As I always say, I'm just coming along to say a quick hi, and also to invite viewers to watch some of the other content that I'll have for you very, very soon. And I'm going to take a peek here. Ooh, it looks like everything looks good. So let me see here. One moment. Oh, I didn't know that was a possibility. Huh. Don't know what that means, but okay. So again, there's no one here yet, but I'm hoping to have some friends join me once a notification of this video goes out. I'm still trying to figure out which is the best way to do these live videos, so I'm going to try to share this really quickly, and hopefully this works. And let's see here. Hopefully that worked. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens there. Okay, again, if you're rewatching this video, just forward through the whole rigmarole of waiting, and I do apologize for that. It takes a couple of minutes sometimes for live videos to pop up on people's feeds, and I am still testing to make sure that this is a good avenue for me. If it works out, then I'll be happy to continue making live videos, but if I don't get viewership, then of course it won't be to my advantage. In the meantime, I'm going to see if it shows up on other platforms. So I'm just doing a little bit of housekeeping here. Let's see here. I don't see it. Okay, let's see if maybe this is not live. It says it's public. Okay. I'm double checking some little things here because I'm not seeing it on my end. Okay, that didn't change. Okay, if I don't get anyone in the next couple of minutes, I'll just end this live. And it says I have 4 people, but I'm not quite sure if that's the case. So I'm going to ask if anyone can hear me at all. If you could say a hello in the chat, because I don't know if on my end anything is accurate, but I haven't been here in a little while, so at least not live, I should say. Oh, I see. Oh my gosh, is this Jolie? Jolie, is that you? No way. Hold on. So I'm gonna chat in, or type in the chat really quickly. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm just typing to Jolie, can you hear me? Because I have not seen Jolie in, girl, has it been 5 years? More? Quite possibly more than 5 years? This is insane. Oh, I just realized I have something here that could be slowing down my computer. Wow, wow, wow. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. It might be just you and me today, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, how have you been? Oh, thank you for letting me know. because I wasn't quite sure. And yeah. Oh, hi Deborah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys want to share the link to this video with your crafty friends, anyone that you know, I would highly, highly appreciate it. I know that I have a little bit of a delay on my end, but I'm going to pretend that that's not happening because sometimes it just throws me off. So if you can hear me and you can see me, then thank you so much for being here. I didn't announce this video because I'm not always 100% sure if these videos are going to work, and that's because of my connection where I live. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. So Jolie says she's been doing well, doing other things like tumblers and DIY housework. Ooh, that sounds really awesome. We've been doing a bit of updates to our home as well. And one of the things, in fact, I just got off the phone with someone, is I'm hoping to get an electrician out here because it's the connectivity where I live for everything is quite old. So I'm praying that I can do something about that. I don't know if I'll be able to. Conversations need to be had. But you know, that's how it goes. And it does impact the content that I create. So for instance, sometimes I want to make more videos, but I can't, simply because the amount of time that it takes me to do video editing. And that's a whole other conversation, but that's due to the connections in my area here. We live in an area that was built quite some time ago. And see now, like for instance, I don't know if you guys could hear in the background, my AC was going, and that is quite loud. So then when that tones down, I feel like I've been screaming the whole time. So that explains why sometimes the volume in my videos is a little bit crazy. But in any case, I'm here. You can see that I have some crafty items here. So Jolie, to give you an update from the last time we've spoken, oh my gosh, it's been so long. So the last time I spoke to you, Jolie, I'm pretty positive I was not doing the design team work that I'm doing now. But for those of you who may rewatch this video, I do create content not just for Tonic Studios, but also for Paper Rose, which is this company you see here, and also for Scrapbook Pal. Today I released a video for Scrapbook Pal, and in fact, let me grab the little card. I was sharing in that video the Lawn Fawn add-on stamps and dies called Taco. So this was super cute. This is the little card that I created in that tutorial. So if you follow my link to scrapbookpal.com, you'll be able to see the tutorial for this on their blog, and you're also going to be able to see it on their YouTube channel, which is a lot of fun because this is not the only brand featured there. Hi, Melissa! It's been a minute. I was just explaining the reasons why I don't do live videos on here consistently. So, oh, Tanya, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So Melissa, I saw you earlier today on Tonic's live, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I haven't been here because I live in the boondocks and my connections are, you know, horrible. It's just awful out here. I have to say that because it's the truth. And so it creates inconsistency in how often I'm able to put out videos. Aside from my health, those two it's just such a wonderful combination. So on the one hand, I have to take it easy because of the amount of pain that I'm in all the time, and then on the other hand, I have to take it easy because I'll drive myself crazy trying to overcompensate for the lack of technical just things. Oh gosh. So yeah, but you know what, in all of that, it's been a learning process, and I've tried to do the best that I can with what I have. So I'm really happy with the fact that I'm still able to create content, so I can't complain, right? However, I was sharing just a moment ago that not everything's bad news, of course, right? So the good news is that I have companies that are willing to work with me despite all of my flaws and problems. One of them being Scrapbook Pal, which is US based. So those of you who reside overseas, you still may be able to get this type of crafty, materials. However, not through my links. So this is from Lawn Fawn. It's absolutely adorable. They're known for their cutesy little images, and so Scrapbook Pal asked me to create a tutorial using this release, which was the add-on, and those add-on stamps and dies are themed as taco theme, and they are to go along with this little treat cart here, which was previously released by Lawn Fawn. And what's cool about them is that they put out these little critters, and then you get to determine, of course, what they're doing. What's the little activity, right? And they're known for making sure that one release matches the next, the next, the next, and all the fun stuff. So I did create this little card for them. I'm a little bit obsessed right now with Z-fold cards, and I did create a blog post. It also features this Fiesta banner. So if you're not familiar with that, this is all very, very Mexican, which on a side note, I am not. And yes, Melissa, I agree. We all do what we can, right? But the one thing I can tell you is that I absolutely really admire and love the artistic ability of those who create the banners in Mexico known as papel picado, which that just translates into cut paper. If you've never seen that, I did suggest the video. Take a peek at that because it's super, super fabulous. And those of us who craft and create with paper, I think would very much admire that type of artistry. So if anything, if you can use it as a source of inspiration, then I definitely suggest that you look that up on the internet. You're going to see some magnificent artists. So, oh, no worries, Melissa. I wasn't able to chat much either. I started off nice, really great as I was having my coffee, and then I was like, yeah, I need to go. Had so much to do. So, and among those things, I needed to contact an electrician. Oh my gosh. So anyway, and I've got plenty of homework too. The other thing that I wanted to say, okay, so this video released today. I am not on the internet much on Sundays. To me, Sunday is a holy day, so that is separate from, my crafty days. However, I do have 2 releases coming up this Sunday. One of them is for Paper Rose, and I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek to what my next project's going to be, because I have the supplies right here. This Sunday, the 20th, however, I have a super, and I mean super fun video for you guys featuring Paper Rose. And just to give you a little sneak peek in your mind anyway, it's going to feature one of my own designs. Now, having said that, it doesn't mean that it's a die set, and it doesn't mean that it's papers. The papers are going to be from Paper Rose, but what I create with those papers is uniquely my own design. I am very excited, so I'm hoping that some of you will stop back, watch that video. I'm going to have one on Paper Rose's YouTube channel, and then I'll have another one here, I think. If not, then at least go there. And yeah, oh, okay, so Melissa, yes. You know what though, Melissa, I have to say that there are at least, let me think now. Well, it depends on how you look at it. There's at least one release next week for birthday week and Melissa's referring to Tonic Studios birthday week. It starts on Monday. So by all means, you're going to want to check that out. And please, 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 I invite you to use the links that I have in the description of this video. They are for Tonic Studios. So if you just click on that, even if you don't shop at all, if you decide to shop next week, I would greatly appreciate it, because it helps compensate for the tiny little bit that I get, which is, you know, doesn't cover Crafty anything, but at least for the YouTube channel, it's helpful. Anyway, but what I was going to say is that there's at least one release next week that does not have to be absolutely in any way, shape or form Christmas. It doesn't have to be. Now, having said that, birthday week is known for having a lot of Christmas stuff because it's birthday week in July, and on a retail level, Christmas in July is always all the rage. It makes sense. A lot of crafters start their crafting for Christmas in the summertime because it's time consuming, and it just, you know, makes sense. But having said that, yeah, at least one release definitely can be used for a whole lot. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And yes, I do have a video for it. So yes, you're going to want to watch that. But bringing it back to Sunday, as I mentioned a moment ago, I do have the release from Paper Rose that I'll be sharing with you. It's super duper cute. Definitely not Christmas in any way. So I invite you to watch that this Sunday. And in fact, it's quite summery and really fun. So yeah, so come and watch that. And then along with that, there's the Tonic Craft Kit, which reveals on Sunday. Now, if you're not familiar with the Craft Kit from Tonic Studios, it is a subscription box. We show it to you on the 20th of the month. However, that particular kit does not ship until the first working day of the following month. So the kit that I'll be showing you on Sunday, the 20th, is actually shipping out in what is it? August. Can't believe I'm even saying that. So, yeah, it's a fun kit. It's, I don't think I can give you guys any details, but I do have 3 samples in that video. Super easy to make. And, that's about it. That's all I'm going to say on that. I don't think that there's any fun in giving too much detail on the kits, because part of the allure is the surprise of opening it and then seeing what's inside. In fact, a lot of people don't even like to watch the preview videos for them, which is fine, you know. The other thing is, welcome Gina, thank you for being here. That if you don't want to commit to the kits, you can purchase a one-off, and then every so often Tonic Studios does what they call the vault, which is that they open up the purchase of previous kits at really awesome prices. So you always want to be on the lookout for that. If you don't know about that, then please do sign up for the newsletter from Tonic Studios, because of recently there have been a lot of changes. One of them being the gems. The other one being the pre-orders. So these are things that Tonic Studios is doing to better serve their customers. But if you're not on the newsletter, you may miss out on a lot of those details. And then you visit the Tonic webpage on Facebook, and then you have no idea what anyone's talking about. And you know how that goes. So, oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So let me show you really quickly before my cat has a conniption fit, because she's over there whining. You are not allowed in this room. I'm going to ask you to leave. No. Bye. Ciao. My cat's meowing at me. Okay, so I'm filming this upside down to me, but I want to show you really quickly that if you're not familiar with Paper Rose, they have some really fun stuff. You can tell here they have this stamp set that's all about thank you. I'm really, really huge on this type of thing. And so this is going to be my next project for them, which is not going to be Sunday. This is going to be later, because see how I have not even cut into it? But I wanted to show you one of the collections. It's called Strawberry Friends. This is available in 12 by 12, and I'm just going to open this really quick. Yeah, my cat is a diva. Let me just tell you. Oh my word. She's angry because she only has, what is it, 10 kernels of food in her bowl right now and not a whole entire bowl. But yeah, I'm trying to teach my husband that she doesn't need to have 5 pounds worth of food on the daily because her stomach is the size of maybe a quarter cup. Yeah, see, physics, Maisie? That's how it works. Anyway, so look at how cute this is, though. Seriously. I had to work with this. Now, wonderful thing about Paper Rose is that they do give us quite a bit of freedom when it comes to creativity and choices. Which is, it sounds so weird saying that, but it's the truth, you know. So I just love this company. I love the people behind the company. So, you know, lots of fun there. And they put out these paper collections that are just so cute. So this is one of them. And what's neat about it is that even though they have the 12 by 12 collections, they make it available in smaller sizes. They are scale friendly is what I call them. So you don't get these blurred out images in smaller paper. I absolutely cannot stand it when companies do that. Paper Rose doesn't. And look at this. Oh, isn't that just so cute? So just a really sneaky peeky here. Look at the little house. So Gina, yes, they do have, wait a minute. Let me correct myself. They have, I think it's, oh, let me see real quick. They don't have every collection in every size. So let me take a peek really quick here. Because I don't want to mislead you. So most of the collections are going to be 6 by 6 and then 12 by 12. But I know that they've put out some packs that were, I think it was 6 by 8. Let me see really quickly. It's going to be a second. Because I should have had that information in front of me, and I apologize that I did not. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just going to click randomly here. I don't think that the 2025 collections are in 8 by 8, and that's what I was trying to figure out really quickly here, because yeah, the stickers, for instance, are the packs that they sell in... Sorry, I don't mean to be slow. The stickers are the packs that they have like in A4 sheets and that sort of thing. But as far as the papers, I think for 2025, all they have is 6 by 6 and 12 by 12. But I know what you mean. The 8 by 8s are always really nice. What I can tell you is that they will put out a collection like this, for instance, that has the little cut aparts and the really cutesy little images and all of that. For instance, look at that. I mean, how cute. However, they also have what they call the basics. So if you are wanting to craft an 8 by 8 background, you can get a 24 pack of what's called a basic paper, or for instance, a 24 pack of only the striped paper like this. And that way you get your 8 by 8 background that matches every single paper that you now have in the 6 by 6. And I hope that makes sense, because I know what you mean. For instance, when you want to make a mini album or something like that, and you prefer to make the 8 by 8s, but you want everything to be cohesive, and maybe you get bored of using all white paper or all white or ivory or black, you know what I mean? Then you do have choices anyway, because say you absolutely have to have this paper right here and you want it in the 12 by 12, then what you do is when you get the when you look it up on the website, you're going to see that they have this separate from the entire pack, and then it'll have a little bar at the bottom with the name of the paper, and then that means that that's a 24 pack of just this design, and it'll still be double-sided, you know what I mean? So it's really neat that they do that. I love it because if you want to, for instance, this paper here with the florals, let's say that you are creating maybe a baby shower gift or invitations or anything like that, where you want it to look really classy and you don't want any of the cutesy images or anything like that. You just want something, you know, very just elegant. Then you can make all of your cards, invitations, you know, any little place cards on a table, all in the same papers. And I think that's really neat. Hello, Nolin. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, so these are super adorable, and look at the gingham. I love it. Okay, so you guys saw all of those. So those are going to be the papers in the 6x6. Again, Strawberry Friends. And there are other elements that you can get. Let me see here. This here is a kit. So this is separate from, for instance, the 6x6 papers. This all comes together. And I'm going to read it. It's going to be upside down to you guys. But for instance, this has the 6x6 papers from Strawberry Friends. It has embossed die cuts and cut aparts from Strawberry Friends. An A5 sentiment sheet, 10 cards, and 10 envelopes, colored cardstock, and an inspiration booklet, which is this right here. So this is really neat because if you're absolutely new to paper crafting, you've never cut a piece of paper in your life, or you just want to do some relaxing and crafting without having to even think about it, and maybe you're going to create a bundle of cards as a gift, or you get together with people that you swap cards with. There are a lot of groups like that on Facebook, for instance. Then you can take one of these little booklets, and the scale being 100% I think is phenomenal because you get to see exactly what your card is going to look like once you're done. And then of course, maybe this is just the inspiration part for you. Maybe you're going to use a particular die you've had in your stash for a while and you just want to get some starter ideas. Then you can get something like this, and see, you have all of your little sentiments, and it's on a black background, but maybe you have stamps in your stash that have similar sentiments that you like to use. And the papers are really nice, very saturated. This is nice heavy cardstock, and this all comes in here. So there's the 2 pink and then the 1 green, and then here is what I meant before. Here's the pack that comes with this one. So let's open this one here. Oh, hey, my mama! Hola, mami. I hadn't seen that my mom is in the chat. So yeah, my mom is looking to give some cats up for adoption. If anyone's interested, you might have to, you know, secure a flight for them. But so this one here is the 6x6 assorted paper pack. Also, again, 200 GSM card. And it's going to be the same as what I showed you. However, this one comes in this kit. Okay? And I hope that makes sense. I basically just gave myself an extra pack of paper. But it's really neat because you can create multiples of cards with it. So hopefully that is something that if you've never seen before, then at least you get to know that these are available for, I think, every single collection in 2025. So I'm going to show you really quick. Oh, these are the bases, by the way. Okay, so these come already scored. All right. Wait a minute. No, they don't. I apologize. I don't know why I just said that. I thought I was seeing a score line. Clearly, I need new glasses, but it's nice and heavy cardstock. So let me show you. This is how I always show people. You hear that? It doesn't sound flimsy. Good paper, okay? So that way you get all of your cards made at once, or at least if you want to make a memory book and you want to cut these pages out, you could totally do that as well. And then you could even create little pockets out of the envelopes if that's your thing. The other thing is the cut aparts. So look at how darling these are. They speak for themselves. Super beautiful, beautifully printed. They're not repeated over and over. You know, you're not going to get 7 of the same image or anything like that. But you get, I mean, look at the bunny with the little jumper there. So cute. And then there's the little tags, tickets, and all that. So I apologize that some of your, you know, of you, if you watch this channel on the regular, you're going to see this all over again when I do my video. But I did want to show you this today so that if you're curious, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, so cute. Yeah, me too. My depth perception is just completely gone. And it's never been good to begin with. So anything that's got too much contrast, my eyes just go blink. What? Anyway, these are the ones that are embossed. So if you've seen any of the videos that I've created for them, Gina says raccoon grandma. Let me go back. I need to see that. Yeah, it's like a granny. But you know what? The little hair, the headpiece, I should say, the little diadem, that's what you call that, right? Oh, that just is too much. It's too cute. So then these have the embossing on them, so you don't have to add anything else. They're already shiny and super cute. And there's the little goose. If you like to make little Mother Goose type cards, you could do that. But look at this one here. Look at how cute that is. You know, those strawberry drinks are all the rage, especially during the summer. This image here I think is absolutely gorgeous. And the butterfly with the strawberries on it. I don't think I've ever seen a single other company ever do a butterfly with strawberries on it, I have to say. That, to me, it's quite unique. And then that innocent little mouse who's never done anyone harm. Super duper cute. But I know, yes, everyone should have a strawberry milkshake today. I think that would be a really fun idea. But I love that they put this all together. They take the science out of it, if you will, and you just get to cut some papers and have some fun. And that's what I meant earlier. That sometimes crafting is just, you know, just for you. You want to do it for the sake of doing something creative that makes you happy. And this is the type of thing that, for instance, if you want to get together on a Zoom call with someone who you absolutely love but don't live close to, and you're both crafty, then you can both order the kit and then just get together and craft online. Why not? And if not, you can always come here and I'll have videos for you. But let me know, by all means, if this type of video appeals to you, because if you like the idea of having the kits presented without the little booklet, of course, because I'm not going to copy what other people have done. I find it quite impossible to do that, actually. Then let me know, because this is something that I can do quite often. And then it all comes packaged like this. How cute, right? You can take it with you to, I don't know where. But if you need to go somewhere, you can do that. And then the other thing that I had grabbed, by the way, was this little die here. It says sending love and hugs. And I thought I'll definitely be using that along with these papers and also the little thank you dies. So let me show you something really quickly. Yes, Gina, introduce them to paper crafting and then tell them they have to show up. They just have to participate. You know, it's amazing what paper crafting can bring out of people. So you never know. This is a project that I had made for Paper Rose using their 12 by 12 papers and 6 by 6. And the reason I'm bringing this back is that I'm not assuming that everybody has seen it, but it's just to give you an example of something that you can create, and and you can implement all of what you already have and then also implement different scales of paper. So for instance here, I had taken a paper that had all these gorgeous butterflies on it, and then just fussy cut one of them out, split it in half, and used it for the paper cover. This was from a 12 by 12 cut apart, and then I just used one of the dies to cut into that, so that way I could change the shape. I went ahead and repeated that back here. So in fact, this purple paper is actually the same size as this one, and I had another floral one, but that one just disappeared in the mix. But Paper Rose has a lot of fun stuff, you know, just playing with it, getting it into your hands is really, really neat. And I did do a walkthrough of this already, but I just wanted to show you really quickly that you can have a lot of fun with all of the items. For instance here, this is from the little cut apart sheets of what you can tell is a smaller scale. So this was from the 6 by 6 papers, not 12 by 12. And then also little snippets of it with a ticket die can really transform that, make it look, you know, completely different. And let's see here. These are just other papers that I found to be super cute. Also, I referred to the little strips at the bottom. If you were to flip these backwards, these striped ones here, you would see the name of the actual paper. So that's really neat, because once you've established what you want and all that, you can cut these down and then use them as little decorative elements in your crafting. So I forgot how this, okay, yeah, so that one opens like that. And again, this is from 6 by 6 paper here, yet on the background over here is the 12 by 12 version of that same paper. So you see the difference there. The color hasn't changed, it's still nicely saturated, it's just a smaller scale. So let's see here, this one opened this way. Here's another little ticket or tag, more little florals. This one of course was very garden theme. That was the whole idea behind this. And then tons of little butterflies everywhere. And then if you happen to have other items, elements, for instance, this is really old. This was a chipboard collection, and I think I got this at Tuesday Morning. So I just figured, you know, it looks cutesy, it works well with the colors, so why not use it there? And then this was a watercolor card using the same colors, totally inspired by the watercolor elements on the paper collections, but then of course you can take it off the page, use the same color palette on anything else that you make, and then decorate your projects. So that's always a lot of fun. Allow yourself to be inspired by the items that you already have in your stash, and it takes, you know, it takes the thinking out of it. But that's that little book. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to think of what other project I can show you. It's just so hard because a lot of the stuff I can't. Let me think. If you have, oh my gosh. One more little project I'll show you from Paper Rose, just in case, again, because I'm not assuming that everyone has seen them. Oh my gosh, I'm so tempted to reach for Tonic Studios stuff, but I can't. I can't. Not allowed. I so want to give you guys a sneak peek, but I'll get myself in a world of trouble, and I'm not about to do that. Alright, so let me change this really quickly. And then I'll stop, because I don't want to go overboard. Alright, so this was another one. Again, if you like 3D paper crafting, you can still have loads of fun with those paper collections. I designed this little house and then decided that this would be a really great way to showcase those papers, because you can cut them apart and add little bits of jewelry to create little butterflies. Here I added beads, for instance, and just layered those. All of those flowers came from one sheet of paper. And then over here, I used one of the little cut apart pieces of card that had the embossing on it already. So that was a lot of fun. Again, using elements that you already have in your stash, like these little wood pieces. These were quite popular a couple of years ago, and I kept getting them from other crafters. So I decided, hey, you know what? This has been in my stash for quite a while. Why not use it there? And very quickly, I'll just show you. I did line the inside there, matching paper, and then I just created a tiny little book here. So let me switch this a little bit so that you can see it better. And I'm sorry that my camera, I have to adjust it manually, but at least you get to see if you enjoy mini albums. Again, the other one was more of a journal style, but if you just want to concentrate on adding little photos, for instance, to a book, or maybe you just like to let the paper do the talking, then you can create little tags and then put all of the photos, on the back of the little tags, and then just make little pockets on every single page. Or if you like to do dimensional crafting, because you get multiples of the papers in the packs, then you can afford to cut into those papers and layer them as I've done here, because you're going to have multiples of the same images. That's something I really love to do. It just brings me back to when I first started paper crafting. And let's see here. This one's got little pages. Hold on one second, because it doesn't always want to lay down. Here we go. They do open. So there are little elements that you can add other pieces to, like for instance backing it up with vellum. You can just use them as they are. You can supplement with whatever you already have. And this one I kept really basic. In fact, these were the basic papers from this collection. And this had another collection to go along with it. And I don't memorize names, so I do apologize that I don't remember what it was called. But it was a springtime or Easter time collection. And that's why there's a little bunny there, because this did come with a bunch of different little spring elements that were super darling. The other thing I wanted to quickly say is that just because a collection, for instance, has the title of Easter or spring or whatever, that doesn't mean that you cannot use it year round. So I always say in my videos, take a peek. Go to the website and take a look at what's there, because you might be pleasantly surprised by the fact that there are elements to any given collection that maybe you would use just on their own and implement with something that you might already own. So yeah, there's that super simple little book. I think I gave the instructions for this book in the video. I can't remember now, but this file is available for sale. So you would have to contact me for that, but my email's paintsandglitter@gmail.com. And I always check my messages so that if anyone wants to purchase that, then it comes with the instructions on how you can make this project too. And I think that's going to be it from me. Again, I'm just inviting you guys to please come back on Sunday. I have 2 separate videos from 2 separate companies, but I, of course, am here to just share what I love to do anyway. So those 2 are going to be the kit from Tonic Studios, and also the very, very adorable project that I have from Paper Rose that I've designed just as I designed this. And I'm very much looking forward to your feedback on that. So please come back and let me know what you think of that. Then starting on Monday, I have another video tutorial for you guys that's going to be directly on, let's see here. It's going to be one video directly on Tonic Studios channel, and the other one I'm going to have on this channel. And then, of course, you know, birthday week's going to be full of some fun surprises, and also you're going to want to participate in the challenges that Tonic Studios is going to have for you, because one lucky winner is going to actually get their order for free. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't signed up for emails, go ahead and do that. And please feel free to use my links in the description bar of this video. If you haven't visited those pages just yet, then go ahead and use those. And I wish you all the best. I hope that you guys can have a happy weekend, and I look forward to seeing you guys here in my next video. Let me know if you have any questions. But I don't think you guys do. I think everybody here is quite familiar. But I do appreciate the fact that you guys would stay with me and watch a little bit of crafty news here. I hope that it's all pleasant for you. But in any case, if you do have absolutely any questions whatsoever, feel free to email me or even message me via Instagram, and I'll be happy to reply. And thank you so much, Melissa, Fedugina, thank you, Nolan, thank you, Miss Carmen, and Jolie, and Tanya, and Deborah. Thank you guys so much for having been here today. Have a lovely weekend. God bless.